Hi guys, welcome back. As you know, I was having some technical difficulties yesterday, so I wasn't able to upload my video, but I am back and I am better. The devil's trying to hate on you, girl, but you know what? I ain't gonna let him. Anyway, so I am back. I am filming from Germany today. I have been out here visiting one of my best friends since the fourth grade, her and her children. So we are out here in Germany. Is that racist? Sorry. Anyway, so I have another Fuckboy Chronicle for you guys today. You guys seem to really enjoy hearing about how I get dogged out by these. Yeah. Thanks. Anyway, so we have one of those today, and so tune in, grab your popcorn, get your shit. Let's get to it. Okay, so this story dates back to a few years ago. Long story short, one of my friends, she tried to hook me up on a blind date, but I knew what she was up to, so I brought my friend with me. And so I meet this guy on our blind date, which ended up being like a fifth wheel situation because it was five of us. It's definitely not a blind date. I wasn't going for it. Anyway, so I meet this guy. We're gonna call him Jay for the sake of privacy and not embarrassing his motherfucking ass. But we're gonna call him Jay. So right, I meet him. Blind date gone wrong. That's the end of it. But we have a lot of mutual friends, me and this Jay guy, and we became Snapchat friends. So we communicated on Snapchat often, but not like anything inappropriate. Like he would message me hard eyes, compliments, smiley faces, all of that for years, right? So finally, fast forward 2 years later, I'm single and he's still doing that. He's still very much like, messaging me, compliments, all of that. So I asked my friends about him because we have mutual friends and I'm like, what's up with him? They all vouch for him. They're like, he's a great guy. Bitches, bitches, bitches. Anyway, he's a great guy. He's cool. Like we've all known him for years. Like, yeah, like give him a chance. Like he likes you. He always asks about you. So I'm like, okay, fine. Next time he slides into my little Snapchat DM with a heart eyes. I'm like, bitch is single now. So you want to cash in on them hard eyes or what? Um, so I sent him my phone number, but I noticed that he was still just Snapchat me even though he had my number. So that's red flag number one, ladies, because we all know that Snapchat messages disappear and there's no track record with a Snapchat message. So that's red flag number one. Anyway, it wasn't a red flag at the time because I didn't like really pay too much attention to it, but red flag. Anyway, so we continue to talk, and like he's not texting me. He has my number at this point, but he's still just sending hard eyes. I'm like, oh god, this is so fucking familiar. Anyway, so I end up going out one night with a friend of mine, and I ended up running into somebody who knows him, his best friend. And his best friend was on it. Like, his best friend was not playing. He was like, let me take you out. Like, what are you doing tomorrow? Like, he was not playing. But out of a courtesy, I told him, like, hey, like, I met your best friend, and he wanted to take me out to lunch. Mind you, I had no intentions on ever going to lunch with this man. I was just playing nice because I was with a group of people, and I didn't want to come off as, like, a rude bitch. But I also didn't entertain the situation. I was just kind of like, oh, okay. Anyway, so I told him, and I don't know what about me telling him that his friend liked me lit a fire under his ass, but ever since that day, he was on it. Like, you want to go to motherfucking here, you want to go there, you want to get me? And I was like, oh, okay. Sure. So we go out on our first date, and red flag number two is looking over his shoulder left and right. He like, So I'm like, okay, either you have a girlfriend and you don't want nobody to see you, or you're a criminal and somebody's after you. And in this scenario, I really hope it's the girlfriend because I don't need somebody trying to bust a cap in my ass because I'm with. So red flag number three, which, I should have been gone at red flag number one, but a bitch really needed a boyfriend, so I just stuck it out. Red flag number three was like he always wanted to pull up after a few dates. You just want to pull up and like talk outside for hours in your car. And I always noticed like I never pulled up to your house, so it sparked the question of like, okay, so where do you live? Like, oh, like I live, with my son. And I'm like, a son means there is a baby mama creeping and crawling somewhere around. And we all know my theory on baby mamas. That's a story for another day. But I'm like, oh, you live with your son? What about your son's mother? Oh, yeah, like she lives, you know, local. She lives down the street, but she doesn't live with me. She has a key to the house. She's welcome to come anytime she wants, obviously, because they have a kid. You know, so I would just hate for her to come by, you know, while we're there. But I'm like, what reason would she have to come by if she has y'all's child with her? Like, you need to set some boundaries, set some rules. So whatever. I didn't think too much into it, but it did kind of click in my head, like, okay, baby mama might be an issue. So I'm over here worried about baby mama, right? So we go to dinner one night. We take a cute picture after dinner, and I'm messing with him. I'm like, I'm gonna post this on Instagram, let everybody know I got some man. And I'm thinking he's gonna be like, no, I don't. You know, I'm thinking he's trying to stay low, like, you know what I mean? Because I was gonna be like, you trifling motherfucker, I knew you was up to something. But anyway, like, he was like, yeah, post it. And like, he was so enthusiastic about posting it, about me posting it, that I didn't want to post it no more. Like, I'm like, actually, no, I don't want to. And he's like, no, post it. Like, you know, like, post it. Like, why not? And I'm like, because, like, what if, like, my husband is watching my page and I'm posting a picture of you? You know what I mean? So I just realized that I didn't want to blow up my spot. Like, I'm single. We not in a relationship. And, you know, a potential boo might be watching. I ain't trying to blow my shit up. Anyway, so I end up posting it, but I put like a heart over his face. I blur the background. I like blur his shoes out. He's wearing all black. You couldn't even see. It was like I was in the picture by myself, but you could see his hands, right? Because they was gripping my booty. Anyway, so you could see his hands, and that is where the drama started, right? The picture has not even been up for 24 hours, and I'm already getting calls. Girl called one of my really good friends and asked for my phone number because she wanted to ask me herself who it was, because she obviously is not going to put my friend in the middle to like tell all my business. So she, I know who this girl is. I'm trying really hard to leave motherfuckers' names out of this because I don't need nobody trying to sue me. Anyway, you know, we also have a lot of mutual friends. So I know her to be his ex, right? They had like this long little history together, and they stopped talking a year ago. So anyway, so she calls me, and I'm like, hello. And she's like, hi. Like, she's super sweet. She's like, I just want to know, like, you know, I just wanted to ask you, like, I seen your picture on Instagram and I recognize Jay's hands. Like, bitch, you recognize his hands? Like, I get it. You know your man from a mile away, right? So she's like, I recognized his hands, and I just wanted to know if you guys were seeing each other. And I said, well, you know, I don't really open up about my personal relationship with people. Like, I'm thinking she's just being nosy and wanting to know who I'm talking to. And she's like, and I'm like, can I ask like why you're asking? And she's like, oh yeah, because, you know, he was just at my house last Thursday and we boinked, and, you know, and we've been seeing each other for like the past 2 years. So I'm like, all right, cool. So at this point, you trying to tell me that I'm a side bitch, right? So I'm like, okay, so I'm a side bitch. Okay, cool. So I'm like, okay, well, you know, my apologies then. You know what I mean? Like, what do you want to know? Like, I'll tell you anything that you want to know, because at this point, I'm number two. Shit, didn't even fucking know. I'm number two. So we exchange notes. I go over like what he told me he was doing that Thursday, and sure enough, he had some elaborate lie about his friend went to jail, a car got impounded, kind of bullshit, pretty much, because he was over there boinking old girl. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, and I'm like, she's like, okay, well, you know, I'm gonna just like let him know what's going on, let him know that I talked to you. And I was like, no, girl, don't let him know you talked to me. We can meet up and then call him over, and we could the boy his mind his ass. You know what I mean? Like, I've always wanted to do that. Like, explain. You know what I mean? Anyway, so she's like, you know, she's a lot more passive than me, as opposed to me. I'm like, what the fuck was you doing? You know what I mean? But she was like, okay, like, well, maybe we can, like, maybe we could do that. Yeah, like, not even 2 minutes went by. She told me, I just had to tell him, like, I just couldn't hold it in. Like, I'm like, we just got off the phone. Like, we had a plan. Like, we had a plan, you know? And she's like, I just had to tell him. I just went off on him. I'm like, fine. So at this point, I'm like, I'm just not gonna take his calls because I'm gonna just let him wonder. He's gonna know that I know because he talked to her, and I'm just not gonna take his calls. So his mind is wandering all over the place. So she tells me, she was like, he says that you're lying. He says that he doesn't know you. He says that you guys were Snapchat friends and that you guys have only met each other one time. And I'm like, oh, so you trying to make a bitch out to be a liar. Okay, so now I'm gonna have to expose you. So I just start sending her text messages, and I just sent her the picture without the heart over his face, and clearly you can see it's him. Like, you know what I mean? So he, I don't know if he's calling me at this point because I have him blocked, but apparently he was calling me because he called my best friend. So of course I'm right there next to my best friend, like, bitch, tell him this, tell him this, tell him this, tell him he done fucked up, tell him I'm gonna ruin his life. You know what I mean? So she's on the phone with him, like, she doesn't want to talk to you, she doesn't even want to hear your voice, she's so upset. Meanwhile, like, let me hear, bitch. So he's telling her that old girl is lying. He's like, I don't know what she's talking about. I have not seen her in a year. Like, I just don't know. Why is she saying that I went to her house and we slept together? Like, I think that's preposterous and like blasphemy, you know what I mean? Erroneous, you know, like, oh, the world is against him and both of us are just fucking lying. So I'm like, girl, he said that you lying, girl, but I know he lying. I know he lying. Don't worry, I believe you. I don't believe him, girl. But, you know, can you just, like, send me some messages so I could, like, let this that I know what's up. So she's like, cool. So she sends me all the messages too, right? So I'm like, okay, here's what was so motive is that he would be lying, right? Like, no. And I'd be like, she showed me the message. She showed me the message when you was outside her house. And then he'd be like, oh, well, yeah, like I was outside her house, but like I didn't go in. I'd be like, she sent me the message where she sent you the gate code and you buzzed in and you said, I'm at the door. All right, well, yeah, like I did go in, you know, but we didn't do nothing. We didn't do nothing. I swear, we didn't do nothing. She showed me the message where y'all was talking about wanting to go another round. Yeah, well, like, yeah, we did do it. I ain't even gonna lie, like, we did, but we only did it once. I'm like, boy, okay, at this point, just fucking come clean. Boy, you are caught, okay? We're communicating with each other, we're talking to one another, we're sending each other messages, you're caught. Like, so she drops the bomb on me that he is in fact still with his baby mama and that they live together. So I'm like, wow. So now you trying to tell me that you the side bitch and I'm the side bitch? Like, I'm the side bitch? Like, now I done went from number 1 to number 3 in the matter of 2 days? Like, that shit ain't right. Do I look like a number 3 ass bitch? I ain't no number 3 ass bitch. Like, I'm like, okay, so your ain't shit level is at an all-time high. Like, the last nigga was at like a 4, but you at like a motherfucking 7, nigga. You just out here slanging and danging and langing. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay. She so sweet that she's ready to bow out gracefully. She's like, you know, at least, you know, I know what's going on and I can like move on with my life. I was like, oh, I'm gonna ruin your whole motherfucking life. I'm about to ruin your life. I'm about to find your baby mama and any other girlfriends you might have running around here, and I'm about to tell it all. I'm about to tell on your motherfucking ass. So, I got my detective kit out and I went to work. You know, I found her Facebook, I found her Instagram, I found her instant messenger, and I had a friend that worked at AT&T and I had her run his phone number and give me a list of all his most dialed numbers. That's right. So I message her, right? I message her on every single social media site. And by the grace of God for him, she doesn't use social media often. She's not active. So she didn't read any of my messages. I called every single number on that call log and I did find her number. He had her change her phone number because he had got wind that I had her number. Anyway, so the baby mama never ended up finding out about either one of us. Obviously, we both stopped talking to him. I haven't talked to the girl since the incident happened. And as for him, he really like gets an A for effort, because I done threatened this man, I done blocked this man, I done, you know, said all kind of mean rude shit to him. Leave me alone, you ain't shit, dirty dog, motherfucker. You know what I mean? But he just kept coming back. He just kept coming back. Like I block him, he'll call me from a random number. Hey, how you doing? Like nothing happened. Like, hey, how are you? Like, how you been? I'm like, you don't get to call me and ask me how I've been. Like, I am mad at you. And he'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, like, I just wanted to make sure you were doing okay. I'm like, I was doing okay before I met you, trifling. Tell me the truth and say I was with my baby mama the whole time. I just didn't want to see my friend talk to you, so that's why I, like, initiated, like, to start to date you, even though I knew it was wrong and even though I knew it wasn't the right time. So I appreciate him at least giving me the truth. What's so funny is he had watched my first video about the other ain't shit motherfucker, and he was like, oh yeah, like I thought like it was funny when you did like the ain't shit meter, because it's like I think I'm like low too. I'm like, what? How the fuck you think you low? You had 2 motherfucking bitches and me. That automatically puts you at a motherfucking like 7 and a half, you know what I mean? Because I mean, maybe even higher. But anywho, that's my story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. At this point, I have given you guys 3 fantastical stories about me, and now I want to hear from you guys. Storytime with Rikkii is all about stories, my stories, your stories. So now I want to hear some trifling shit that's happened to y'all, or some trifling shit that y'all done, because I know y'all done some trifling shit, and I ain't the only one experiencing triflingness. So reach out to me, DM me on Instagram, or email me storytimewithrikkii@gmail.com. Of course, I can omit your names if you want, or we can leave them in there in hopes that the person you're talking about sees it. So yeah, I would love to hear what kind of shit happens to you guys. So DM me, email me. I will tell the story how I tell it. I will give my 2 cents. I will give my commentary. I will give my feedback. And I'm really excited to hear from you all. And if I'll do a compilation if the stories are short, or we can do like long stories. And if your stories suck, then I'll just tell another story. So yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and as always, tell somebody about your girl. If you enjoyed this video, I'm trying to get to my 100 subscribers so I can get me a cool little URL. I'm at like 85 right now. I'm really feeling myself. So yeah, so yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you next week with one of your stories. Okay, bye.